Hey y'all, I'm CD from AK3R, and on this episode of Unpopular K-Pop Opinions, we're going to talk about Girls' Day. Now, on a recent episode of KoonTV, Girls' Day was the special guest, and a lot of people thought that they were being rude. And I watched it. I watched what they were I watched the episode, I watched the clips that they said that they were being rude, and I actually thought it was pretty funny. Like, the whole situation with the whole dumplings between Soljin and the host. And he kept putting it on the table, she kept taking it off. He was like, no, I'll eat it. And he put it back on the table. She's like, okay. So she, like, took the dumplings out of the package and she fed him one. She's like, you're gonna eat it? Eat it! And then she realized, she's like, wait, I just put my chopsticks in his mouth. No, I can't use my chopsticks. It was so funny. Oh my gosh. It was hilarious. I was rolling. But of course, I saw where a lot of people I saw those parts where people thought they were being rude, and apparently the host has thought the same thing as me, because he released a statement saying yesterday's shooting was fun and we didn't have any problems. I heard a lot of things after the broadcast, and when I looked again, I realized that there were a lot of things that could be misunderstood. This is why I'm letting everyone know. Yesterday I wanted a little more personal and internet-like broadcast. An internet broadcast-like episode. Every time girl groups go on a show, it becomes very standard, so I wanted to apply some realism to the show. I created some situations in order to increase the interest in the show. I was watching the chat, but I failed to catch what was happening and failed to react. As you can see from the pictures with the Girls' Day members after the show, we had a really good time, and the girls were worried they worried, and they asked him, did we do it too casually? And they even talked on the phone. The girls were not rude to me. They were actually being fun and open, unlike most celebrities. I hope there are no more misunderstandings and people are able to see the truth. Unfortunately, my friend, people aren't. Because, you know, this isn't the first time something like this has happened. Last year at the Mamas, I think, Hyori, one of the members, was apparently mocking or mimicking one of the members of Beast, and fans got mad at her. I don't think to be honest, guys, it obviously was not done with mean intent. She was just joking around, but people got mad at her, and she apologized, but people didn't think it was sincere, and they rejected it. Now, in this situation, what irks me about this is that the person who is the victim has come out and said that they were not being rude to him at all. Yet, some fans that I've talked to were like, oh, he's probably just saying that. Now, here's my issue, okay? A lot of fans, and when any drama erupts in K-pop, they will say, I won't believe anything unless it comes from the parties involved. You know, they won't believe anything unless it comes from the parties involved. But yet, when there's times where sometimes the parties involved will comment on the situation, but no one will believe them. The most famous one, of course, is SM Entertainment. Anytime some craziness goes on with SM, people are always demanding. They say, I won't believe anything until I hear something. Yet when SM says something, no one will believe them right away. Especially, for example, the Girls' Generation situation. Jessica herself even commented on that. Yet some people don't believe her, even though she. And one thing that I like about Girls' Day is that even though the victim at hand has come out and said that they were not being rude to him and he was not offended by anything they did, they are still apologized. They still are apologetic. They apologized to him, and apparently, in another article, they are going to reappear on KoonTV to publicly apologize. And in my opinion, that's really not necessary, because he said it himself. They weren't being rude to him. This is just. I think they are literally doing this out of fan pressure. It's really sad. This is really pitiful. Because there are some idols out there. There are a lot of Korean celebrities out there who have done some pretty offensive stuff and haven't apologized for it. They haven't, and yet some people are coming after Girls' Day, even though that they said they were apologizing, and even though the victim at hand has said that he wasn't really a victim and they weren't being rude to him, people are still coming at them, and it's really sad. It's really sad. For example, I was talking to this one guy on Facebook that I followed, and his bias is Big Bang. And I'm looking at him like, wait a minute, it wasn't just too long ago that your group was in the exact same situation. You know, G-Dragon said something that a lot of people got mad at, and he didn't apologize. And the guy that I was talking to, he didn't follow Girls' Day. When I talked to him, he said, I was going to get into Girls' Day, but after seeing that clip, I'm not going to, because they're just rude and stuck up. And I'm looking at him like, that's so hypocritical. You don't he doesn't even follow Girls' Day. Any fan of Girls' Day who follows them, or if you just so happen to see them on a variety show, any variety show, you would know that they're not as rude as stuck up or people are claiming them to be. I've seen them on After School Club, and the girls they're hilarious. They are some adorable dorks. I love Girls' Day. They're pretty funny. They're pretty entertaining. They're not as stuck up as people claim. Unfortunately, this doesn't back up the statement at all. It doesn't, and it's sad. It's sad that Girls' Day has to go through this, because they're not bad people. They're not. Another thing I want to touch on, okay? This whole rudeness between MCs of a variety show and the guest is actually not uncommon. If you watch shows like After School Club, Weekly Idol, Happy Together, Hello Counselor, what else? I know there's some more out there, but if you watch some variety shows like that, then in Global Request, A Song for You, you'll know that that type of interaction is not uncommon. It actually makes for pretty good TV. Like, I cannot tell you how many times, you know, I've seen a host say something snarky about, good example. Look at the recent episode of After School Club. Eric Nam, and Jackson literally went back and forth the entire episode, throwing constant shade at each other. And it was funny. It was funny. And not even Eric and Jackson. Eric and G-Man literally do it all the time. And it makes for good TV. and when I was watching this, I really didn't get I felt the same thing. It's literally that same, one person's being rude, one person's just like, oh yeah? I literally got the same vibe. Oh, yes, there were some parts where people could take it as rude, but hey, that's just how it is. That's how they entertain. I found it funny, some people didn't. But guess what? The party who people claimed they were being rude to came out and said it himself. They weren't being rude to me. Like, literally this entire, guys, the fact that Girls' Day is even having to come on national TV and apologize for it, it's just ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. Like, it's sad. It's sad because some of the fans who are criticizing them don't even follow them, don't know nothing about their personalities whatsoever. But hey, that's fans for you. You can't please them all. But if you're a fan of Girls' Day, you know that they're not as rude as people claim to be. And before I know someone out there's going to say something, let me just say this. Before you come at me for anything that I might, because I know someone's going to talk about my G-Dragon video. First things first. Has G-Dragon ever apologized for anything that he might have said that might have been offensive? He might have. I might have missed it. I could be wrong. But let's take a look at this. That thing with the whole EXO shiny thing. Did he really apologize for it? When Bobby dissed Ravi, did he really apologize for it? When Zico wore the Confederate flag in Tough Cookie and he said the F word, and the F word as in the term used to insult people of the LGBT plus community, did he apologize for it? There's more idols I know. Some have apologized for stuff they've done, some haven't apologized. There are many idols out there who've done stuff that they haven't apologized for, and people are going to criticize other idols who are apologizing and just tear them. It's just frustrating what people are doing to Girls' Day. It's really frustrating because they're going out of their way to apologize for something that they shouldn't really have to apologize for. Especially when the person that is the victim in the situation says that they weren't doing anything wrong. But hey, it is what it is. Fans are going to be butthurt, and Girls' Day is probably going to apologize, and someone out there is going to say they're not being sincere and reject the apology, and they're going to continue to hate on Girls' Day. And by that point, you can't do anything. If you don't want to accept an apology, whatever. And it doesn't matter. And here's the thing, guys. You can't control someone's emotions. If their apology isn't sincere, you can't do anything about it. You can moan and complain, but you can't do anything about it. So you're going to have to get over it eventually. I got over the whole G-Dragon situation. Yeah, I was mad at G-Dragon, but I got over it. Yeah, I was mad at Bobby. I'll eventually get over it. I was mad at JYJ. I'll get over it. I'll get over it. Like I said, some fans are going to continue to hold that one little thing against them every time you see them. I can get over it. I'm sure anyone can get over it. If you're going to hold something against them their entire lives, then you're just petty and whatever. Anyways, y'all, I'm CD from AK3R. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. Follow me on social media. The links are in the description. Shout out to all my co-hosts ever featured on this channel, past, present, and future. Yeah, I'm CD. Bye, you guys. And support Girls' Day. Support them, because they're good girls. Support them.